Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl M and we are back with another video. Alright, so right now we are talking about what is on my wish list. I had somebody ask me if I was going to do one, and originally I was not, because I'm really focused on saving this year. So I don't really have many things on the list, which I think is perfect. And I think sometimes it like a reality kind of, not a reality check, but sometimes you just need that, like, hey, you don't need everything right now. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not been easy, because I like see things and I'm just like, I want that, I want that, I want that, can I have that? But you know, you gotta prioritize. You gotta prioritize. So that's what we're doing this year, and that's why, you know, I figured, why not come on here and talk about the things that I want to get. I may not mean that I get them this year, but it's things that I think will be needed in my wardrobe for it to kind of like elevate and get to the next level. So with that said, let's jump in. Actually, before we do that, if you have not subscribed, girl, what you doing? Like, let's subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, be part of the family. We want you here. We want you here. I want you here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And you know, if you're feeling the vibes already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment if you have any questions. All right, let's jump in now. Okay, number one on my list of things that I would love to get in 2024, or things that are just on my wish list, is a cute colored bag. So I have a good amount of bags, and a lot of them are like neutral colors, or they're like logos and things like that, which I love. But sometimes when I want to have like a dressed up kind of evening look, I need a neutral bag that doesn't have any logos, but it's also like a colorful type of bag. So not just like your standard black or beige bag. So I would like to get either a Jacquemus or a Bottega bag. I have been loving Bottega bags. I mean, the ones that I would want is a top handle, so that would be the Jody. I would ideally, in my head, I would get the mini version. The nano is way too small for me. Like, and even though it does come with, I believe it comes with like a crossbody, I want this to be more like a handheld type of bag, something that I can actually use and a little bit more functional. So I would want the mini version. Later down the line, I may want like a small or a medium or something a little larger, so I can have like a bigger bag. But in my head, I want something that's like more of like an evening situation. If I'm going to dinner and I want like a nice, cute, like colorful bag, I can pick that up. So I figured like the best brands that kind of do that right now are Jacquemus and Bottega. So I would want to get either one of those. The thing is, I probably could get both, but I'm not gonna go for both. I probably will end up leaning more towards the Jacquemus because it's way more affordable than the Bottega bag. And I think that the Jacquemus has really cute and funky designs, and those bags are always on sale. They're always on sale, like always. So I would never buy it full price. So I typically see other styles in Bottega bags on sale, but I just never see the Jody, and that's the one that I really think would fit best in my wardrobe. So that's why I'm thinking it may make sense right now to go with Jacquemus, because that could be around like $400 or $500 on sale, or even less. So that's one I think I'm going to lean more towards. And then maybe next year, after I've hit my savings goal, I may invest a little bit more with a Bottega bag. We'll see. No promises. Next on my list is jewelry. So I really would like to start moving away from costume, and not fully moving away from costume, because I love costume jewelry. I think it brings so much energy, vibrance. I think it's such a funky piece usually, and something that's different and unique, which typically with like more like standard or fine jewelry is very like, you know, standard and fine. You know, it's not gonna be like that. Like they do have those type of that type of jewelry, but I feel like those end up being like a lot of money, and it ends up being a lot more. Of course, if you have the coins, go ahead and pay for that, boo, because why not? But for me, I kind of want more pieces that are more just like everyday type of pieces that I can keep on. So like necklaces, rings are big. I really want to kind of work on my stack, as well as bracelets, because I feel like I don't have any like fine jewelry or any of that, or like, you know, actual real gold jewelry, and that's what I would typically go with because I just feel like gold looks better on my skin tone. I don't mind silver, or like, yeah, I don't mind silver, but I just feel like gold just kind of brings something out of me. So I want to stick with that. So I'm thinking I would love to get some more rings. I would love to kind of explore different brands. Obviously, I have Cartier in my head. Like, I want a love ring because I just feel like a middle finger love ring just is giving me all the vibes. And I feel like my middle finger might fit my thumb, or I think so. We'll see. But I would love to be able to interchange them. So I would love to get that. I'm also thinking, I love the Bulgari ring. I'll put it over here. I forgot the name of it, but it's so different. And I feel like that's what I would either pick, the Cartier, or I'll pick the Bulgari, because they're very similar. Like, they're thicker rings, but the Bulgari, I feel like that's different, and it's not what you would typically see. I feel like, you know, everyone will have a Cartier ring, especially the love band. The Bulgari, I feel like you don't really see, which makes it a lot even more unique. And I would probably lean a little bit more towards that one. It ends up being the similar price points from what I saw last. So that's why I'm like, if it's in the same ballpark, that could be really cool and different. I still might want the Cartier maybe for like a thumb ring or something. I'm also thinking about the Tiffany's, I think the T-ring, I think that's what it's called. So I'm thinking about that one. So I'm just thinking about a lot of the core brands, but I'm also not, you know, scared or unwilling to try out some other brands too. So really the idea is just to kind of get my stack together for my rings and my wrists, and then get some necklaces. I will dabble in the earrings, but if anything, it might just be like pearl or like a diamond stud, something very basic, something very just clean. But yeah, I definitely want to invest more into jewelry, just because it just seems like the best thing to do right now, and I want to have a more consistent stack. So that's why I would love to do more fine jewelry versus costume jewelry. Okay, and then something else that I would like, I guess it's kind of in the jewelry category, but I really would like a watch. Now, I don't know. I don't know which brand. I don't know what style. I'm still iffy on the size. I kind of want something a little small, but not too dainty. I want something a little bit like, not too masculine, but something that's kind of like makes a statement. And I feel like, I don't know which brand. Like, I was thinking like a Chanel one would be cool, but girl, that's later down the line. This is not now. But I need to figure out which one will be a good starter one, because I also don't know how much I would want to wear a watch. So I don't want to over invest and find out that I really don't like care for watches. I just feel like I see them all the time, and I'm like, I like the idea of having a watch that's not a Fitbit. That's a big thing, because I feel like I always wear my Fitbit or my Apple Watch actually, and it's cool, but like, I don't know, I feel like I want something different, like a more like standard watch. So that's on my list as well. And lastly, I want to start investing more in my clothing items, and not buying as much fast fashion. I will say the exception is Zara, because Zara, I feel like, will have some really dope pieces that, you know, and there might be other things. Like, I might find something at Fashion Nova that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so nice, and I can wear it like a lot. But for the most part, I want to start investing more into higher quality pieces that I will be able to wear even longer, you know? And some things that I have been doing has been purchasing through 260 Sample Sale, which has the best deals on luxury items. I mean, it's insane. I bought so many things from there. I will be doing a haul soon on like the things that I picked up from 260, but like I'm looking at that as like a way, an entry point in without having to pay full price, because as you know, if you've been here for a while, you know, we don't like to pay full price. Like, why do we do that? Why? So, you know, if you're not trying to pay full price, this is where you want to be. But I don't like to pay full price for just about anything that, you know, I feel like doesn't require it. And clothing, I feel like usually does not require it to be full price, unless it's something that's exclusive or you know it's not gonna last in your size or whatever. So for me, I want to start investing even more into higher quality pieces, contemporary pieces. I'm not at the, you know, the level of Chanel or anything like that, or any of the larger fashion brands, but you know, I'm just inching my way in, you know? And I feel like it's also like a motivator for me, because one of my goals is focusing on weight loss, and I want to be able to have these pieces for the long run, so I need to be able to fit in them. So that's like another thing in my head. I'm like, well, if you're buying all these pieces, girl, like, don't get any, you know, I mean, things might, things happen, but I want to be able to at least be consistent, right, in my size or whatever. So that's what I'm thinking. We'll see if it works. I will let y'all know if it works. But for now, that's my thought process. But yeah, those are the key things. And I know this is a really short list, but I was very intentional about it because, like I said, this year, 2024, is focused on saving. As you know, like I said, I work in tech, and I feel like there's just so many things going on in this industry that it's just, you know, you never know what's going to happen. So I want to be very, very responsible. Even though your girl did make a couple purchases for her birthday, but that doesn't count. We'll talk about that in another video, but I really want to focus on being more intentional about my what I'm buying and how much I'm buying, how much I'm spending on things. And a big part of that is having even a more refined list of things that I actually want, because in my head I've already done a lot of you know, hard deliberation. I've had a really like focus thought process on why I need these pieces and why it makes sense to get these pieces, and if I see them lasting in my wardrobe, you know what I'm saying? So there's been a lot of analytical things happening to get down to this list, so I am proud of it. And hopefully that like inspires you to not feel like you need to get everything. I know there's going to be tons of collabs that come out. There's going to be a lot of things that are pieces that are dropping. There's also going to be a lot of sales because, I mean, as you can imagine with the market and these luxury items that were probably selling very quickly at one point, now people don't have like the additional income to spend on these things. So we're gonna see a lot more sales from brands that we don't expect naturally. And there may be an urge to be like, oh, I want to buy that. Oh, I should get it now because the sale is there. But really you have to think about like, well, what's the cost per wear? Is it something that you can actually afford right now? And is there, you know, can your dollars be used in a different place that's going to be even more effective? And I think that's what I'm trying to get myself to do. I'm not perfect. I have weaknesses. But the whole point is to try and to make myself remain motivated and consistent. So yeah, that's why I've really reduced on the list. I had a really big list before, and I was like, no girl, we're staying focused. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you liked any of the things that I mentioned. If you have any questions, feedback, whatever it may be, leave a comment down below. And like I said earlier, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Especially if you watch this whole video. If you watch this whole video, girl, maybe like hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. All right, y'all. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.